Well, hello, and thank you once again for joining me here today on my channel. It's lovely to have you as always. If you are new, my name is Ange, aka 50 Cents UK, and on this channel we're all about perfume. So if you are not part of the Ange fam, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, give this video a like if you like it, of course. And yeah, let's get into the perfumes. By the way, what's the weather like where you are? Like in London at the moment, it can't make up its mind. Like it got really cold. We had a bit of spring, then it got cold again. Now it's quite mild, but it's like a gale force wind out there. Like I just don't know what the weather's doing. But anyway, so as you can tell by the title of this video, this is all about perfumes that get compliments from men. The ones in my collection that I personally have experienced male attention from wearing these perfumes. So if you want to know what they are, keep on watching. So the first one is this one, and this is Elish by Billie Eilish. This I think gets a lot of hate. And I kind of don't know why, because I personally really like this perfume. If you like super sweet, sugary perfumes, which I do, not going to lie, I like them kind of perfumes. We all like what we like, yeah? And never apologise for liking what you like, even if a lot of other people don't. So this one does get a bit of hate here on YouTube and in the fragrance community, but a lot of people do like it as well. And I like it because it is sugary sweet, it's vanilla-y, it has a bit of cacao in it, and there are red berries in it. To me, it's like a powdery strawberry vanilla, and it just smells so delightful. It's like, it just makes me smile. It's a happy fragrance. It's young. It makes you feel kind of like flirty. And who doesn't like a bit of flirting? And yeah, when I wore this to the shop the other day, like literally, I wore it when I went to Morrison's to get some groceries. And a random man that was standing in the queue behind me tapped me on the shoulder and he said, "Excuse me, I just have to tell you, you smell really good." And it was this that I was wearing, and I thought, thanks mate, that's made my day. I do love it when people notice my perfume, because like we spend money on this, you know, and it's nice that it gets appreciated. I know we don't wear it just for compliments, but it is nice that other people can appreciate it as well. So next up we have this one, and this is an oldie but a goodie. This is Jimmy Choo by Jimmy Choo. Again, another super sweet perfume. This has pear in it. Love pear in a fragrance. It also has toffee. I think there's some orchid in it, but it has a lovely patchouli base, which gives it a little bit of earthiness. And do you know what? This one never gets tired. It has amazing performance as well. And the price point for this one, really good. You can't go wrong. When I wear this one to work, the men in my work absolutely seem to love this, because compliment after compliment, perfect, not too overpowering if you don't overspray. I have to be careful because if you know me, I am an oversprayer. So this one, I think you have to go a bit careful or it could become cloying. But it's so addictive smelling. It has a definite addictive quality to it, which I love. But I think it's that gourmand touch with the toffee that I enjoy so much in this perfume, along with the fruitiness, because I do like a fruity perfume as well. So yeah, Jimmy Choo by Jimmy Choo. Right, so next up is one that I've not had in my collection for too long, but I have grown to really love this perfume, and this is Way Parfum. So this is the latest flanker of My Way by Giorgio Armani. This is the one that has the iris in it. It's just, along with the tuberose, this is just so gorgeous. Obviously there's vanilla in it. I love vanilla in perfumes. I don't know about you, but this perfume is strong, okay? So again, this is a bit of a powerhouse fragrance, and the projection and sillage that you get from this is pretty phenomenal. And I didn't realise that when I first tried this. I do have a dedicated video to this perfume, and I don't think I gave it enough of a chance because I've actually grown to love it, and I wasn't too sure about it when I first got it because the opening is quite different to the original My Way. I was expecting it to be the same as the original My Way but a bit stronger, and it isn't. It's very different in the opening. It's a little bit dry in the opening, but listen, when it dries down, this is magical. This perfume smells amazing. To me, this is super, super sexy. So let me tell you a story about this one, right? So I was going to the post office, pulled up in my car, got out of my car and noticed there was a guy in the car next to me, kind of staring and whatnot. Anyway, he got out of the car as well, and I thought, he looks all right. And he kind of like was really looking at me, and I thought, you know what, and you've still got it, you know. And I was quite chuffed with myself, and I carried on walking and I noticed this guy was following me, and I thought, oh my God, he's actually following me. He's going to ask me for my number or something. Not that I was going to give it, mind you, but everyone likes a bit of compliment and a bit of attention, you know. And he said to me, excuse me, he goes, you smell amazing. What is that? Because I really would like to get it for my girlfriend. I was like, okay. Double-edged sword there. I was happy that he liked the perfume and that he, you know, wanted to get it for his girlfriend, but it kind of like was a little bit of a blow for me because I was thinking, yeah, this guy, you know, he's good looking, a bit younger as well. And I was thinking, you still got it, girl. But nah, it weren't me. It was not me. It was the perfume. So yeah, that is My Way Parfum. Right, so next up we have this beauty, and this is Elie Saab Le Parfum Lumiere. Now, I wore this perfume actually this weekend just gone to a wedding that I went to. I thought this was perfect for kind of like a spring wedding as a guest or even as a bride, to be fair. And I got a fair few compliments on this perfume. To be honest, it was men and women, because when I went into the toilet, a couple of women asked me what I was wearing. And on the dance floor, I had a man ask me what I was wearing. When we sat down for the free course sit-down meal, I was put on a table with a few people that I didn't know, and one of the men there complimented me and said, oh, you smell amazing. That is a lovely perfume, whatever that is. And I was like, well, thanks. You know, I do love I mean, it does make me smile. I'm not going to lie. As I said, I know we don't wear our perfumes for compliments, but it's always nice, isn't it? Gosh, can you hear the wind out there? It is howling. Anyway, this is a beautiful white floral perfume with some zestiness. So it opens up quite bright, quite zesty, uplifting. I think there's some mandarin, maybe there's bergamot, something like that. But it has some beautiful white florals in it, including jasmine. I think gardenias in it. I think there's some tuberose in it. It's just so delightful. It's musky as well in the base. As it dries down, it gets a bit muskier. But this is such a pretty, elegant, sophisticated and feminine perfume. As you know, if you've watched me, I love Elie Saab Le Parfum, the original. That one's gorgeous as well. That one has the honey in it. That's a bit sweeter than this one. I think this one's not quite as sweet, but it's still beautiful. And I thought that this was the perfect wedding guest fragrance, and I wasn't wrong because a lot of people agreed. Another one that gets a lot of compliments is this one, and this is Gucci Rush. Again, an oldie but a goodie. So I wore this when I went out to dinner with the girls not so long ago, and it was actually the male waiter that commented and said that I smell amazing. And I was wearing this, and you know what I mean? He's not wrong, because I love this. I don't know why people don't like it. I know some people say it has a plasticky vibe, but smelling it around me now, this is a mesmerizing scent. Like, it has a fruitiness to it because there's peach in it. if you know me, I love peach in my perfumes. I don't know what it is about peach, but it just gives it that kind of like sweet juiciness that I love. And it just reminds me of like the fleshy bit of a peach when I smell this one, along with some beautiful white florals. There's a slight spiciness in it with the coriander, but it's very, very subtle. It just rounds this perfume off so well. In the dry down, you've got some vanilla, some vetiver. I think there might be some patchouli in it, but it's not overpowering. I just love this perfume. The only thing is, I just wish it was an EDP rather than an EDT so that it lasted longer. But I don't mind. This is so easy to just throw in your handbag and just spray to your heart's content. Like, I could never get sick of this perfume. I absolutely love it. Right, so the next one, another old school perfume, but this is a classic, okay? And not many people talk about it. I don't know if many people like it, but I have noticed that when I wear it, I always get asked about this perfume. This perfume is a conversation starter because A, it walks in a room before you because it's a powerhouse, and B, it just smells delightful. And it is Knowing by Estee Lauder. Yes, this is an old perfume, but I'm not gonna lie, like, this smells amazing. This is one of them perfumes that has like all the notes under the sun in it. There are a lot of florals in it. What I get from this is mainly like a woody, slightly earthy, slightly spicy floral perfume. It is very warming and comforting. That's what I like about it. It's classic smelling. I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't smell modern, but sometimes you don't want modern. Sometimes you want something that is bombastic, as Shaggy would say. I think this is absolutely a powerhouse and it smells amazing. It has good, in fact, not good, fantastic longevity. Like, this lasts on your skin for hours. If you put this in your hair, if you put this on your my goodness, this is strong stuff. This is potent, but it smells so good. Again, I would say this is sophisticated. This is grown-ass woman territory if you use this perfume. But I think you should give it a try. Young, old, male, female, I think this, anybody could pull it off, to be fair. I do think it's quite a versatile scent. It's the kind of scent you don't want to overspray again, because it could be overpowering if you spray too much of it. But if you're going clubbing or something like that, or say you're going to like an open air festival or something like that, where you want to smell good all day long and you want people to smell you, give this one a go. So next up we have this beauty, and this is Carolina Herrera's Very Good Girl. I call this my poor person's Delina. And when I say that, I mean when I'm too broke to buy Delina, I might buy this instead. I'm not saying it's a dupe. I'm not saying it smells exactly like Delina, but because this has the lychee and the rose, and it also has that tartness that you get from Delina, it's in that kind of family. So it gives you that kind of vibe. So if you haven't got Delina pennies, but you still like that family of fragrances, this would be a good one to check out. Now, I wore this one to the gym not so long ago, and the amount of people that asked me about this perfume. I was even running on a treadmill and a man next to me on the treadmill. Now, I don't know about you, but I hate when people interrupt you when you're on the treadmill. In fact, when you're in the gym, full stop, I don't like people interrupting me. I don't mind before the workout, after the workout, but don't chat to me during the workout. Like, that is not the time. But I was happily running on the treadmill. The man on the treadmill next to me, he was running as well, but he stopped to say, do you know what? You smell so good. All I can smell is your fragrance. And I'm thinking, I kind of just nodded at him and I was like, okay, but don't tell me now. I'm in the middle of like a 5K run and I can't stop. So I just kind of nodded and smiled and all that. But yeah, it kind of killed my vibe in the middle of my run. But it was nice. It was nice to get a compliment. Do you know what I mean? But this is one of those juicy, fruity perfumes. It kind of smells like red berries. I don't get too much of the rose in this, to be honest. To me, it just smells more like a fruity, juicy fragrance with a bit of vanilla in it. And it's absolutely beautiful. It's mouth-watering, you know, like one of them perfumes that you feel like you can almost taste. It's kind of like that. And it's gorgeous. I love it, especially for spring. This time of year, this one is perfect. Right, so last up, we have Seduction in a Bottle. And it is this one. And it's Velvet Orchid by Tom Ford. To me, there's only 2 notes in this that matter, and that is rum and honey. Yes, honey, I said it, rum and honey. Amongst all the other notes, the florals, the vanilla, it's the rum and honey that gets me every time when I spray this one. To me, this is super, super sexy. I don't think any man could resist any woman wearing this perfume. I'm not going to chat too long about it. It's amazing. It's beautiful. The longevity is top notch. Not as great as Black Orchid, I will say that, and not quite as loud as Black Orchid, but we don't always want something quite as loud as Black Orchid. But this is still something that does pack a punch. So again, don't overspray, says she who oversprays basically everything. But yeah, I love this one. I'm not going to chat too long because I do not want this video to be too long, because I don't know if you guys can be asked to watch a really long video. But anyway, those are my most complimented perfumes at the moment. Let me know in the comments, what is your most complimented perfume, especially by men? I would love to know. And if you've made it this far, leave me a green heart emoji. And I will see you in the next one very soon. Take care.